Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm going to tell myself it's a happy Monday.
Yeah.
The sun is shining.
Sun is shining. Okay, it's going to be a good Monday. It is March
Manifest
18th.
it. Manifest
I
it.
say it enough. It's a great day. I love Mondays. It's a great day. I love Mondays. Lisa, Lydia, Scott here on this Monday morning. Of course, we're live every weekday morning on Facebook. It stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever you would like. We have your top news and weather headlines for the day. We also make it into a podcast, so you can listen to it that way. Just go to inforum.com/podcast. Look for the Inforum Minute and check us out on all of our social media platforms.
Yeah.
All right, Monday.
Yeah.
Little break from the wind right now, so that's a good thing too. I should be happy about that.
Yeah.
But
It's chilly.
Yeah, well,
it's cold. Winter is back.
I know. I've got some single digits right now.
Ooh.
Some wind chills below 0 this
Yikes.
morning. So that's a little slap of winter after 1 week ago it was 70 here in Fargo.
That's wild.
I'm
I
struggling
know.
with this weekend.
Yeah.
The wind, it was
Brutal.
so cold.
And then there was that snow. And
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of wild too.
Yeah. So that's going to be kind of the norm here for the next 10-ish days.
Okay.
Second half of March looking a lot more March-like compared to what we had in the first half. I don't have any 50s or 60s or 70s on your 10-day forecast. In fact, I barely have 40s. It's mostly 20s and 30s. So really starting to cool things off here. Today going with 43. Wind picking up out of the southwest this afternoon, 15 to 30, gusting 35, even up near 40 miles an hour for places like Devil's Lake, Langdon, Raleigh. You'll see some of those stronger gusts later today. You know that wind isn't going to help it feel better outside. So
Right.
43 degrees won't really feel like 43 degrees. Tomorrow, more clouds, some of those same kind of little ribbons of snow showers moving through, very similar to what we had over the weekend. They don't last long, they don't amount to much, but they are kind of ugly.
Yeah.
So not super fun to be caught out in, whether you're in the grocery store parking lot or you're driving tomorrow. There will just be some of those inconvenient snow showers out there. We start to cool down, high near 30 on Wednesday. We'll spend most of the day in the 20s.
Not
I think we
70?
barely touch 30. Yeah. Then there's a chance of snow by the time we get to Thursday. This one, a quick little clipper. So it moves out of Canada, Montana, from the east down to the south, from the west down to the southeast. Easy for me to say. So from like Montana toward Minnesota. That's what we're looking at with that one. Models are still kind of putting this one all over the place. Yesterday it took it further north. This morning it took it further south. So this morning model runs want to kind of pinpoint the southern valley with some snow. I don't think it's a whopper of a snowstorm, but it's more snow compared to the little systems that we've had lately. Something on the order of like 1 to 3 inches with some wind at this point. That's a very preliminary forecast. This arrives Thursday afternoon. It is Monday at 8:01 in the morning. So things will change and we'll adapt that forecast. Keep checking back with us as we get closer to Thursday, but I would expect maybe some travel impacts. Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Wraps up by Friday morning. Then we're chilly for the weekend. Highs in the 20s on Saturday. Most of the day probably in the teens.
Ugh.
That'll feel so much different.
That's
Yeah.
right, we're just not used to it.
No. And then there is another snowstorm that we're kind of dangling out there on the 10-day forecast. Sunday night into Monday. That one very much still up in the air. Somewhere in the northern plains probably getting hit with that snow. Where exactly? It's just way too soon to tell. So that one's kind of dangling out there. But the overall pattern here is that we have more snow chances. We have colder air. We have some wind. So a little more February, March-like
Yeah.
to finish out the month of
man.
March.
Like normal for
I know.
North Dakota, Minnesota.
I know. And like we talked about this morning, I no longer want to wear my winter coat.
Nope.
Like I don't want to
Yeah.
anymore. I just I've had 60s and 70s and
Yes.
it's in the back of my entryway closet and I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, you
so
get in a mindset where you're like, we don't need this anymore.
Yeah.
Now
We're
we do.
going in this, it's almost spring.
Ugh. And now it's not. Actually, the first day of spring is tomorrow.
Is it?
So
Wow. Okay.
yeah, just in time for the forecast to cool down.
Happy spring.
So there's your forecast. Yeah, a couple chances for snow, overall cooler. You can see all those snow chances on your 10-day on the Storm Tracker app or on inform.com.
All right,
Okay,
thank you,
thanks,
Lydia.
guys.
Bear with bad news. It's reality. She's
We
bringing
won't hold it
reality.
personal, Lydia.
Yeah, we
It's
won't
fine.
hold it against her. Yeah. All right. Well, happening today, Governor Tim Walz is set to announce his revisions to the 2024 supplemental budget proposal. Of course, this comes as the state forecast is calling for more than a $3 billion surplus for Minnesota. The governor has already said his revisions will not include tax increases. Good news there. The extra money can be used for a lot of different things. On upcoming bonding bills, that could be anything from local infrastructure projects to family assistance programs, We're going to be tracking his announcement for you. It's expected at about 1 this afternoon. So we'll have all of that for you on our afternoon newscasts.
All right, we now know who the guest speakers will be for the North Dakota Republican Convention. Former NDSU and current Los Angeles Rams quarterback Carson Wentz and professional golfer Amy Olson are set to speak at the event. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee will also be there. He's been named the keynote speaker for the convention. Lieutenant Governor Tammy Miller says she will be skipping the event, and current U.S. Congressman Kelly Armstrong is the only candidate on the convention's list for their endorsement. So that kind of is a peek ahead as to what maybe they're going to be saying at the event. The two-day convention is set for April 5th and 6th at the Shack here in Fargo.
North Dakota State is returning to the Women's National Invitational Tournament. Today we'll learn who they play. This year the Bison, of course, finished second in the Summit League tournament. We covered that story, and Dom was down in Sioux Falls. The regular season ended with a 21-11 record. They clinched an automatic berth to the WNIT. Last year, the Bison fell in the first round of the Invitational to Oregon, but of course, they have a really great team this year, so it's going to be fun
Good luck to them.
Watch them.
All right, we also know who UND will be playing in the Frozen Face-Off semifinal. Fighting Hawks facing off against Omaha. Last time that UND played them, they got swept by the Mavericks to end their regular season. The semifinal matchup is Friday at the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul.
And talking about a former Fighting Hawk, a UND, it was pretty exciting to hear that TJ Oshie played his 1,000th NHL game. So that's going to be a big accomplishment. So he's with the Capitals right now.
Yeah, that's right. He won a championship back in 2018, I think.
Yeah, so many years he's been in the NHL and still doing awesome. So it's fun to watch him. All right, big story. According to AAA, gas prices are beginning to level off. That's good news for all of us after a jump the last couple of weeks. Right now, the national average is $3.46 per gallon, still kind of high. In North Dakota, the average is $3.29. Minnesota's average now sits at about $3.20. If you're driving around the metro, you're going to pay an average of about $3.23 at the pump.
All right, this season will likely continue for the NDSU women's basketball team. Like we said, they're returning to the WNIT. Dom's going to be talking about that on Hot Mic today, so tune in for that. Plus, Mayville State is still playing as well. The Comets are heading to the NAIA Sweet 16. Their head coach is joining the show to talk about their historic run. You can watch it all with Dom live on Hot Mic from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and on Inform.com.
And now's a great time to get that Inform.com subscription, 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. It's a great deal. It's your all-access pass to everything we've been talking about this morning, your news, sports, and weather headlines.
Yeah, that's right. All right, also, join us the rest of the day on our newscast for updates on the weather and all of these news stories. Our next one's at 11 o'clock, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10.
Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.